there, this is Erica from Ever Educating, and this channel is teaching tips, tools, ideas, and resources for new college instructors. So if that's you, go ahead and click subscribe below. Last month we did a whole themed month of assignment ideas and tools and resources for specific types of teaching, college basics, literature, writing, and multimedia. So if that interests you, I have a playlist below. But today I want to talk about instructional design, right? So a new semester is close at hand, and I took a course on Coursera about ADDIE, right? And I thought I'd share some insight that I got from the course. It was a great course with you because it can be a great way of obviously designing your course. So today I'm talking about the ADDIE model. So ADDIE, very common model. You might have heard of it already even if you don't do ID. But basically it's all about how to approach designing. It can be high level, so designing a whole department, right, or a whole degree, versus small level, designing one activity in your classroom. And so it's the 5-step approach to doing this kind of design and implementation and assessment. Okay, so A stands for analysis. So analyzing the situation you're in, figuring out what you need to do, right? What are the learning outcomes of this circumstance? So let's talk about one course, right? So because most of you are just teachers, you're not admin necessarily. So looking at one course, what is it that you want to accomplish in this course, right? Analyze your students. Are they freshmen? Is it a whole range, right? Are most of them first generation? Are they traditional, non-traditional? Are they gen ed or are they majors? So you analyze the situation that you're going to be in this course. Who are your students? And also, what do you want to accomplish, right? What is the goal of this course? You want to do some brainstorming, some analysis of the situation, okay? Once you have that, then you move on to the first D, and that's design, right? You're going to design your course based off what you know about your potential students, what you know about the situation. And so once again, you're brainstorming, you come up with ideas of how to design, how to structure, how to scaffold your course, okay? I have a lot of videos about this, a few linked below, but my whole channel is basically about teaching tips, so keep that in mind. The second letter, the first D, is design. And the second D is development, right? You design the course, and then you're developing the assignments, developing the materials that you'll be using in the course, okay? And again, you want to keep in mind your students, right? Keep in mind the situation when you're developing these materials. Think about your learning outcomes, okay? And at this point, maybe you develop a lot in the beginning, but then throughout the semester, you develop more, right? Because developing the whole semester at once, I think, is a high order, a tall order. So you can also develop as you go along, as you get to know your students, as you get to know their interests. That can be a great way of holding off on developing materials until you know them better and understand where they're at in their learning experience. And then the I, implementation, right? So you've thought about it, you've designed it, you developed it, now you actually implement it in your course. Your course begins and you start giving out these assignments, start doing these lectures, start doing these class discussions that you've designed for the course, right? You actually implement it. And then the last one, the E, is evaluation. Evaluate what you've implemented. Evaluate what you've designed and developed, right? Is it working or is it not working? How can you change things later on in the semester? So again, the D for development, I think should be done across the semester because you can evaluate as you go, right? Formative evaluation rather than summative, right? Why wait till the last day of the semester to figure out something didn't work well? Take the time to actually think about, okay, this week or these 2 weeks, what worked really well, right? What activities did my students really respond to and which they did not, right? And then you can go ahead and do more of the ones that they responded positively to as the semester continues. So ADDIE, right? So analyze, then design, then develop, then implement, and then evaluate. These 5 steps can be done when you're talking about designing a degree, but it can also be done when designing just one activity or designing a whole course. So hopefully you find this useful in your own design approach to your courses. And again, I'll link below a few relevant resources tied to this idea in the description. But there's also a whole playlist I have as well, as far as assignment design ideas, as far as new college instructors. There's the Successful Start, Designing Your First Week of Class, where it's a series where it teaches you how to design your first week, right? That syllabus, your course structure, your icebreakers, and so on. So I'll link that below too. But if you found this video useful, do click like and let me know. And again, subscribe if you're new to teaching and you want to make sure to get the teaching ideas and tips and resources that I share on this channel.